Hi there, savewith.crypto here. Okay, this video is quite important, especially if you've decided to upgrade to one of the premium tiers in TAP Global and you live in the UK. This is actually really important. I will explain why later. But I did this video last night because I thought everybody was incorrect when they were saying that the staking tiers for GBP for the UK people were not staking tiers. I thought they were actually saying that you had to sort of buy that premium tier. It turns out that is correct, actually. So the video I put out last night, I've just shortened it down to 10 seconds, given it the title saying this video is incorrect, and then when I've finished this video I will link to it from that, because I don't want to be misleading people there. So what this is all to do with is this page here, which is withtap.com/UK/premium-plans. Okay, so that URL there. Oddly enough, this is actually different to what it says on the app, because, for example, the price of the Prestige plan on the app is £25,000, and here it says £20,000. So I don't know which one is correct, really. And I spoke to TAP support this morning, and they weren't very good, to be honest. They were getting a lot of things wrong, not quite understanding my question. Bit annoying, to be honest, but I'll show you what happened. Okay, so a few days ago I asked about the XTP staking for UK holders, and they replied back saying they didn't know when that was going to happen, which is fair enough because I don't think they do. But then today, or rather last night, I asked, hi, if I upgrade to the Prestige tier, after what time period can I unstake the £25,000? Okay, so that was out of hours. So Eleni replied this morning saying, please note that the GBP you will spend to purchase the premium plan is not locked. It is a payment. UK users have the option to upgrade through paid plans. If you wish to upgrade to a higher tier plan, you will need to pay for the upgrade. For instance, paying £300 will upgrade you to the Plus plan, which includes 1.5% cashback. Now this bit here is slightly wrong, because it says here it's important to note that this amount is not locked, it is paid as a fee. Eleni is talking about the GBP here, not the XTP cashback. Okay, so this looks like a standard cut and paste answer. Here's what you need to know: choose the right plan, blah blah blah, pay for the chosen plan, earn cashback in XTP. You'll earn cashback in XTP every time you make payments with your TAP card. Redeem XTP. All earned XTP will be locked in your TAP account for 1 year. The XTP will be unlocked and available for use 1 year after the cashback is credited to your account. For example, if you receive cashback in XTP on July the 1st, 2024, that amount will be unlocked on July the 1st, 2025. Similarly, if you receive cashback on July the 2nd, 2024, it will be unlocked on July the 2nd, 2025, and so on. So this got me thinking, this is so crazy. Maybe just the paid amount is just like a one-off payment, and then you've got that forever. And Eleni replied saying the duration of our premium plans is 12 months, which of course makes things even worse. Really expensive. Now this is a question that wasn't answered quite correctly. I said, how likely is the cashback percentage to change within the year? So what I meant was, if you start off like the 8% Prestige plan, will that drop to 5 halfway through the year? I also asked, are there any T&C pages for the premium plans? Eleni said, unfortunately this is not possible. So I think what she thought was that I wanted to change the plan during the period. That isn't the case. However, Eleni did say you have the option to downgrade your plan only within a 14-day period by following these steps. Okay, so you got the steps there. So if you've jumped into this already and you've paid, I don't know, you've paid £250, £4,000, or even £25,000 to get this, thinking that you're going to get the money back after a year. Not financial advice, but I would downgrade to the free one right now, because you're not going to get your money back. And I'll show you some examples in a moment, because it's going to be very difficult to actually make any money. Eleni did send me to this page here. Now this was weird, because this page looks like the one I just showed you at the start of the video on my laptop. On my phone, it doesn't show me that. It shows a page to do with XTP locking, which I think is what the European people are seeing. So we went backwards and forwards a little bit about that, which I'll show you in a moment. I did wonder when the actual cashback is calculated, because like in crypto.com, if you make a purchase, the cashback is calculated then, and then you get CRO straight into your crypto.com crypto account like a seconds later. With Tap, you don't. It doesn't work like that, but I wanted to make sure, so I asked when it was calculated. Eleni said the cashback is calculated by the time of purchase. The amount can be credited between 24 and 36 hours once the transaction is settled. Now, it's important to remember that XTP isn't XTP you can use straight away. You have to wait 1 year for it to unlock. So then I was wondering if the cashback was actually calculated in XTP, or if they worked it out in GBP and then converted that into XTP 1 year later. Turned out this wasn't the case, so she said the cashback is calculated in XTP. I did point out that the mobile page that she sent me to was still showing XTP lockup, which obviously is incorrect, but I don't know why this showed okay on my laptop. But she confirmed here that yes, the cashback is calculated in XTP and is credited once the payment status shows as settled. This status confirms that the payment has been successfully completed and the merchant has claimed the amount. That's fairly standard, okay? We went backwards and forwards about this page not showing correctly, because it definitely wasn't showing correct on my phone. It still isn't. Now, I also mentioned that the Prestige shows £20,000 on that premium page, but it shows £25,000 on the app. And then she thought that for some reason I was going to the wrong one. That wasn't actually the case. I did say, considering that most people will be looking at this on the phone, it really shouldn't be taken to a page about XTP lock. Okay, and then I showed her this picture here, which shows the actual correct URL with tap.com/UK/premium-plans, and it shows yearly pay plan £20,000, which I believe is incorrect. That should be £25,000. And you can see if you go into the app here, it says get Prestige £25,000. Okay, so that's all wrong. So to finish up, I said, so to clarify, if I upgrade to Prestige for £25,000 and I make £312,000 worth of purchases with my tap card, I'll break even. I did correct that, by the way. It is £312,500 at 8%. And Eleni said, yes, that is correct. As mentioned above, the XTP from the cashback will be credited to you once every transaction is settled, and they will be unlocked after 1 year. So I said, this seems like the worst deal ever. Who would seriously purchase this? Eleni said, I will forward your concern and feedback to our upper management team. Unfortunately, the team on support has no control over the decisions made by our team. However, we can move forward our users' concern to try and improve our product and the users' experience with the product. It's awful, isn't it? Really bad. This has been the worst news I could have hoped for with TAP. The only saving grace is the fact that it looks like it's okay in Europe, in the EEA. People can stake XTP, and I'm assuming they get it back and they're not purchasing, I assume that's the case. But for us in the UK, this is like the worst deal ever. And this page still says £20,000. And even back in the start of the conversation, Eleni gave an example of upgrading to the Plus plan for £300. It says £250 here. Which one is it? Okay, so let's do some calculations. Let's assume that this page here is still wrong. So let's assume that the figures on the actual app are the correct ones. So this is what it says. I mean, there is no £300. I thought there was, but there isn't. It is £250. But the £25,000 is there, and on the page it's £20,000. So I think it's probably £25,000. So let's look. So if you were to go to for the plus plan, and you were going to spend £250, right? So if you get 250, then you divide that by 1.5%. That will give you the figure that you have to spend to break even. So you'd have to spend £16,666 a year just to break even. To be honest, that's probably what I spend on a card anyway. And I use my crypto.com card and I get 3%. So yeah, again, why would I do this? Nothing makes sense. I don't even understand why they bothered to actually introduce the premium tiers in the UK, because I can't see anyone going for it. All I can see is the next few weeks, people complaining, people trying to downgrade back to the free one. That's going to have an effect on the tap price, I think. It probably has already. And yeah, you can see that, when the premium tiers were introduced on Monday, the price was as high as 0.0026, and that came down this morning 30% to 0.0018. It's up a little bit at the moment, but we're still down 21% from Monday, which is not great. So if you live in the UK, we could hold on until we get XTP staking for the tiers, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. Otherwise, I'm just going to look for the price of XTP being similar to what I bought it at, and then I'm going to sell it, move on. I don't think any of this has been handled very well. I'm quite disappointed with TAP. I was quite excited over the weekend, really looking forward to all their kind of, announcements and stuff. And for UK people, this has just been terrible. I appreciate that the UK government has a lot to do with it, but honestly, I just would not have released those premium tiers for UK people. Just doesn't make sense. If you found that interesting or disappointing or controversial, then please do give the video a like. If you really don't like it, click dislike twice just to make sure. Any questions, please do leave them down in the comments. I'm sure there will be some, so that's going to be great. It's going to be interesting to hear what people think. I will update you on anything I hear, so for that reason, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you've got the notification bell set on all. And above all, maybe tell your friends.